Her name was Sarah Elizabeth Winkle. She was born on November 14, 1992. She was a pretty girl with dirty blonde hair and a distinct chin just like her father. I met her through a mutual friend in the 6th grade, Jasmine Gaston, who is one of my best friends today. Ever since that day in Miss Owens' history class, Sarah and I have been close friends. We talked on the phone just about every day and spent the summer together. We also spent the night with each other. We were inseparable. I could trust Sarah with all of my secrets, and so could she with me. I miss her so much. If only she was still here. We were now freshmen in high school. Everything changed. Sarah and I did not have any classes together. She began to have new friends, whom she spent a lot of time with. It was something that I didn't have a problem with, but for some reason it bothered me. I could feel us growing distant. It was said that I was jealous and mad with Sarah because we were not as close as we used to be. It was just a big misunderstanding, but it led us on bad terms for weeks. Me being stubborn, I would not take the initiative to say something to her. Sarah was also stubborn and refused to say anything to me. Deep down inside, I wanted to reason with Sarah and rectify anything that I may have done or said, but I had too much pride, too much ego. I arrived to school that Tuesday morning, April 9th, 2008. I found out that Sarah had died. I broke down in tears and was escorted into the guidance office. There, I saw my friend Devontae, where we were led into prayer. I couldn't believe it. I was speechless and shocked. It seemed so unreal. The entire day was so depressing, so miserable. Our friends and I tried to console each other, but the tears kept coming. My mother picked me up from school and took me to see the Winkles. Miss Winkle was an emotional wreck. It hurt me to see her like that. Miss Winkle said that Sarah had just come from dance practice and that she wasn't feeling well when she came home. She went in her room to lie down and rest herself. Hours later, her mother came in her room to check on her and found her lying on the floor in her vomit and her skin discolored. Her mother and RN performed CPR on her, but it was too late. The cause of Sarah's death was low potassium and heart problems from birth. It was too much for me to take in. It all seemed like a nightmare. The passing of my best friend brought out good in me, and it taught me some very important values in friendship. From that day on, I taught myself to not be stubborn, to not have so much pride in talking to someone first. When a friend and I have an argument or a disagreement, I try to reason and work out the situation. I admit my wrongs and I apologize, asking them for forgiveness. Life is too short to be wasted on the petty things, such as disagreements, that causes us to disconnect from our friends. If I had gone without talking to Sarah up until the day she passed, I would never be able to forgive myself. My first entry in Sarah's memorial book was, no matter how long I search, or how hard I search, from here to the other side of the world, I will never, ever find a better friend than you. Rest in peace, Sarah.